Guys, welcome to today's episode of reviews, and today I'll be reviewing Linkin Park's The Hunting Party. And it's automatically going to be a better review and more positive review than some previous album. I don't know. Let's get to it. Don't you hate it when people that says that when a CD comes out by an artist that they love, that it just wasn't quite good as the original, blah 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 blah, fucking blah.
Yo, what even is this? This sucks. This ain't even hybrid theory, innit?
It's again a very tired argument. That being said, I do want to point out that my next rants video will be on this album, and this is 1,000 Suns. I have a lot to say about this album. So yeah, everybody's entitled to their opinion and everything. It does get a little annoying sometimes when people try and compare it with the original. It's like you're not going to catch lightning in a bottle twice. But this is kind of worthy of a rants episode. So look for that this week. So after a string of unsuccessful sequel albums, the odd good sequel album, a piss poor new era version of Reanimation, Linkin Park finally came out with an album worthy of their earlier work by the name of The Hunting Party. Now when I listened to this album, I was blown away, because although it wasn't the original Hybrid Theory style that everybody so desperately clings onto and clamours for, even though Linkin Park is doing their own deal and producing the music that they want to produce, Hunting Party is closer to that style than, say, Minutes to Midnight. Or maybe that should probably be a bad example, because Minutes to Midnight was decent. Maybe I should say it's more Hybrid Theory than it is... Sorry. It's more Hybrid Theory than it is 1,000 Suns. Yeah, I'll stop beating that horse half to death. That said, as crap as 1,000 Suns is, there are worse things you could be listening to. Like this. I'm so fancy. Interesting to note, this is the first Linkin Park album after about 3 albums that Rick Rubin actually fled the ship. Kind of say he's got had a bit of a mixed effect on the band. And last year's album was released without him. Sometimes those very same people who are saying Linkin Park should go back to Hybrid Theory are the same people who are basically saying, oh, all Linkin Park fans are all like crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. I do realise that maybe it's tad insensitive to some people, and I do apologise. But I needed to get the point across that some people and their views are fucking annoying, as entitled to them as they are. So I pre-ordered this album, and when it came up for pre-orders on iTunes, and I was instantly blown away by the first track, Guilty All the Same. It had the same rock energy that Linkin Park had been missing for quite a few albums, and I thought it was an absolutely brilliant album. The brilliant song even, and it set the tone for the entire album, especially since they were just releasing their other singles, Wastelands and Until It's Gone. Until It's Gone is a throwback to the kind of, it's not so much emo rock as Crawling was and Runaway was, but it's in the same kind of vein, and it's an awesome track in its own right. And Wastelands is also on that same level, and it's a pretty good track in all intents and purposes. But the real meat of the album is the song Rebellion. Rebellion is one of those songs that takes you back to the revolutionary days, as if somebody's starting a revolt, as Linkin Park did in the music world when they combined metal and rap together and cranked out Hybrid Theory and Meteora. And Rebellion is a callback to that album, and it's a pretty damn good callback, if I do say so. As I said, I pre-ordered this album on iTunes, and thus it's the only Linkin Park album that I do not have in hard copy. Which is strange. I mean, I will pick up this CD at some point. I'll try and get the special edition combo. But this is an album worth getting if you're a Linkin Park fan or if you're a rock fan in general. And don't just give it the stigma or, oh, it's Linkin Park or blah blah blah, you know that. You will enjoy it, even though the album is cursed. I mean, on the Hunting Party tour they had to cancel the rest of the tour because Chester broke his leg. And Chester at this point seems to be a bit injury prone, but God bless his soul. He can, if he can sing the way he does, that he has been doing for nearly 15 years, then he deserves to break his bones every now and again. Wait a minute. He deserves to break his bones if he wants to. There we go. That's more politically correct. In fact, I agree with the Rolling Stones interpretation of this album. It's like baseball cap wearing warriors still hopped up on Mountain Dew, and Dad's fourth divorce can still bring it like they did in the year 2000. And also look for Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine fame on the song Drawbar. I mean, that's a nice little Easter egg for fans of Rage Against the Machine if you ever check out this album. Overall, I don't rate it as much as I rated Living Things. Living Things was a really solid album, but this album is still worth getting it, even if you're a diehard or just a casual rock fan. So yeah, that's my review on The Hunting Party. Great album. I kind of wish I was at Download last year to see them perform some songs off that album, or to get the signed first copy of the album in the crowd, like my friends were close to getting. But anyways, thanks for catching me on this review of Deadbolt Dragons. Coming up is an episode of In Memoriam, and also another episode of Wolfie's Rants. And at some point, probably before this video goes out, there will be a video where I basically introduce myself and tell you why I'm doing this and everything, because I didn't make that clear before, and I didn't exactly say my name in any of these videos. And as a bit of a running joke, I might never do. You never know. But anyways, thanks guys. Wolfie out.